mine.
Yeah, the pleasure is ours too.
You feeling irie?
Yeah, man, feeling Irish.
Feeling irie.
That's the title to the new album.
No, this is the new album. All
With your
right.
children, yeah?
Feeling Irish.
Feeling irate.
Yes.
And this is-
Welcome to Radio Citizen. So we call it Radio Number 1.
But you've been here to this station before. I think you've
Been here
when you
before.
were here.
Alright.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
The
man.
first time. When was the first time?
The first time was 2004, the first
years.
time I came here.
To Kenya. Yeah, man. And as we continue, Glen Washington, what is it that you love so much about Kenya? I have to ask you that question because coming to Africa 3 times, that is really amazing to be able to be here again.
I just have to say the vibe is right, and the mood is always feeling mellow. Yeah, it's like I was away and I come back home and I'm around my family. That's how it feels.
Right.
And let's take it back a little. I've seen you've been to church already. You've already gone to church.
Oh, that
Yesterday you
was
went to a
awesome.
service.
That was the experience, man.
That was awesome.
And you know, the thing that stood out for me is that when you went to the drum, and something that people don't know about Glen Washington is that you are a drummer. I think people don't know
My
about.
profession, many years.
You did that with Joseph Hill. You did that for bands, several bands, the Titans,
Gregory Isaac,
Gregory Isaac.
the Meditation, Sister Cara.
Yeah, man, Junior Reid. You went
Reid.
for amazing
You
people,
know
amazing
what's
artists.
going on.
I know what's going on.
Yeah.
But that's amazing. Maybe you can talk about that. You started as a drummist, but then you came again now to be the main act.
No,
Maybe
I can tell you that I started out as a lead singer with a band.
Yeah, man.
Drumming was like just pushed on me because the drummer left the band.
Oh.
The drummer was the late Joseph Hill from Culture.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah. And I was the apprentice drummer. But when he left, I had to learn how to play and sing at the same time,
Yeah, man.
which was hard at first, but it became easy. So I got what you call it now, encumbered behind the drums.
Yeah, man.
I had to concentrate on playing drums and singing for a while. So that was like the lull between making music and playing with the band for a while before I came back. I came with a song called Rockers No Crackers.
True
That was
that.
a hit. And then there was a little time in between. That was when I was playing with different bands. But once I got into the United States, start up again.
Stevie
Came
Wonder.
up, yeah. Oh, you know about that.
I know about you and Stevie Wonder. You did an amazing, and that's when I think like your career now blew up.
Yeah. What happened was I was playing with. I was employed to be the drummer with a group called Happiness Unlimited on the north coast of Jamaica, Ocho Rios, and Stevie Wonder came to visit,
Yeah, man.
and he heard the band playing. He said, "Who's that singing?" That was me. When they said, "It's the drummer that's singing," and that interested him, you know. But let me tell you how they found that I could sing, because the band didn't know I could sing.
Yeah, man.
They set up a microphone on the drums one night, and I decided to use it. You know, I was playing, and they had me as a drummer. There's a lead singer out front. He's the guy that the girls want to look at all the time. So one night we was jamming on stage. One Saturday night was on stage jamming, and the mic was there. So me being a singing drummer, the vibe feel good. I just pull the mic up and start busting some tune, and everybody turn around. What? You can sing? Start a whole
And
band
that's how
game.
it started. And you grabbed the opportunity by your hands as a drummer behind the scenes, but now you're visiting the world. You've been to places.
I'm doing it all over
as
again.
an artist, as the main act.
Yeah,
And that
my
transition.
own portfolio. Yeah.
Talk about that transition, maybe from being behind the scenes and now being at the front as the main act, doing your own thing, just going through the world.
It's a good feeling. It's a good vibe, and I never really thought that it would really get to that point, but by the grace of the Almighty, things start to happen, and I just have to take it gracefully and move forward, you know, because in spite of all of that, I'm still a humble man.
All these years, what's the mojo? What has kept you in the game, Glen Washington? I mean, it's easy. We've seen artists come, artists go, artists lose their mojo, others giving up. But what has kept you going all these years?
I believe that when you make music, you should make music that's timeless. that you can listen to it 50 years later and it still sound good. That's how it's so hard for me to actually put a song together, because if I put it together and it don't feel right, I'm gonna tear up that paper and start from scratch, start all over again.
Yeah, man. How many years now down the line in music? How many years now down the line in music?
In music?
Yeah, man.
Since 1972.
1972.
Yeah.
Today.
Check how many years that. Probably won't even go ahead.
I gotta ask you, like, do you come from a musical background, or is it that for you are the first person to come out?
I actually was the first person instrumentally, but my dad sing, my mom sing, and all of my sisters were competing with me to see it. Say, yeah, you can't sing like this. You know, some of them pass.
Amazing. And let's talk about your transition from Jamaica, and then you went to the US. What was the difference for you? How did that work for you when you went and met Stevie Wonder and the magic happened and all that?
Well, after I met Stevie Wonder, that's when I moved to the US.
Yeah, man.
They took the band to the United States, and then there were some discrepancies going on with me and the lead singer with the group. So I decided to get out of that equation, you know. I moved myself. I moved there. I went to Detroit, Michigan, and I was playing with a band called the Samaritans. By accident too, because they asked me to come and tune the drum set, and the drummer decided not playing again after he heard me play. He said, "Nah, man, I ain't playing that no more. That's your job." I said, "I didn't come here as a drummer. I was asked by OC to come tune the drum set." Then I said, "Okay, since I'm living here, I might as well." I ended up running into some other artists, like people like Leroy Sibbles, lived across the border with Detroit is like a border with Ontario, Canada, and that's like Toronto is now 4 hours away. So he came to do a show, and I ended up being the drummer on that show, and he was amazed. He said, "Why don't you come up to Toronto sometime and play some drums for me?" So when I thought about it one day, I just put my drum set in the trunk of my car and just drive across the border. Yeah. History was made. I went to Toronto, became the drummer that plays on all the shows. We had a band, put a band together called the Hit Squad. We played for everybody that came there. Buju Banton, Barry Saman, Tony Rebel, everybody came to town. I was a drummer. And one time now they gave me a call. This guy I know he's a bass player, gave me a call from New York and said, "Yeah, we need a drummer to tour. Shine is going on tour and he needs a drummer that can move." And the vibe was right and the money was pretty good. So.
The money aspect.
As they say, the rest is history.
Yeah, I took a flight to New York.
Yeah, man.
And what I'm learning from you is that something about you is that you always grabbed the opportunity. You don't wait for it to come to you. Maybe something artists need to learn from you.
Different things happening on the song part. I went to New York and started moving around. I ended up recording one song as the main producer for a song called Feel the Vibes. And it started playing on the radio. A friend of mine named Bobby Channel One is on a disc jockey on the New York radio. And he said, "Give me a couple copies. I want to make this. I want to turn this into a really big hit." He started playing. Now everybody started gravitating to it. And then there's this man have a sound system called Downbeat. He said he wanted a dub for his sound on the same track. Can you feel it? Can you feel it now? Can you feel the vibes? I don't know. You could probably pull up that song there on YouTube.
Yeah, man.
Feel the vibes.
So, in all these years and all the music that you've done, you have a favorite song that you have. In all your songs, do you have a favorite song?
A favorite song? Oh my goodness. My songs are like my children. I love them all.
That's what I wanted to say. Like, as an artist, do you even get to choose? And you have more than 10 albums. Also, do you get to choose? Can you choose which album is your favorite?
Yeah.
Okay, or maybe the album that many people like received it.
I know one of the albums that a lot of people really, really gravitate
Yeah,
to, and that was the one that really broke me through, was more than one. It's Brothers to Brother from Studio One.
Yeah, man, brother to brother.
Yeah, and then Get Next to Me. Get Next to Me have songs like Get Next to Me. Yeah, you have a song Get Next to Me, that's the title.
Yeah, man.
Get Next to Me have songs like Let's Rise and Shine, Give Ya the Glory, Ja Blessing,
Yeah, man.
Girl I Love You. I don't know if you know that song. Hey little girl, why you been so long? That songs like that. If loving you is wrong,
I don't want to.
don't take my kindness for weakness.
I mean,
That-
some of
that-
the favorites.
That one, that was the breaking through album. That one broke through, you know, and make a whole bunch of other things start to happen. But the real one that got their attention was Brother to Brother. Yeah, when I went to Studio One, I went to go do the dub for Tony School at Studio One, and I met Clement Dad. And he said, Jackson, that's how he talked to everybody. I love the way you sound, you know, you have belly. I don't know what that means. But he said, how would you feel putting some of your lyrics on some of my gems? He's talking about his rhythm tracks. And I said, I made him know that ever since I was a kid, making music, putting songs together, I've always written songs on Studio One rhythms. And he said, yeah, I really respect that, you know, Jackson. So I started asking him about some tracks that I really fancy. I have songs written on them tracks before, but he didn't know that. So I asked him about some tracks, and he asked the engineer to bring it out. And we started recording. And in no time, he said, Jackson, we have to put out the album. The first single that I recorded for Studio One was a song called Love Knows No Shame.
Yeah, man.
No more sorrow, no more pain. Love knows no shame. Yeah.
Brilliant. And
Okay.
I gotta ask you this one, because most of your songs, they are really, I feel like they're from deep within your heart. So is it something that you go through? Is it something that the people around you are feeling, or what is usually going through your mind when you're writing a song?
Most of my songs are personal experiences. Like these nowadays, I sing about my lady.
Jackie.
You're my number one. Number one.
It's easy to get if you're somebody have a good rapport, a good relationship. It's easy to get positive inspiration to actually sit down and write something. Because if it's not good, you're gonna come out negative.
Alright.
So I try to stay on the positive all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
You've mentioned about a new album.
The album now, you have any? Give him one of the feeling like it. You feel like it. This is just for promotion.
Yeah, well, let's talk about feeling irate.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, man.
But promotion service.
No, give him one there.
That's why it's built like that. But trust me, there's 14 tracks on there. Everyone is a good track.
Yeah, man.
If I have to say so myself.
Maybe we can talk about some of those.
There's a lot of government and all of that. Because about people's rights and all that. But sometimes you can't just blatantly say to them like that, because they will penalize you. So you know what you have to do? You have to just put it subliminal. Let them figure out what you're saying.
Alright.
Yeah.
True. So it's not out there. It's not blunt. So you really have to listen to the album to get the message. Is that what
Check
you
it out.
Check it out.
Nice.
Yeah. But maybe when feeling irate, maybe the title of the album. Just
Feeling
talk-
irate is more
irate.
a get together vibe like that.
True that.
I'd like to run away to a place where music play. Piano, bass and drums is the order of the day. You could feel it in your heart when guitar starts to strum. Your favorite sound is in the park. Lots of people start to come, feeling irate. When nations start to sing, we're feeling irate. It's an international thing. We feel it Nyeri. Listen to the masses, them a shout and sing. And when the day is done, it's time to have some fun. We'd like to light a spliff or take a drink of rum. Reggae music start to play, inhibitions drift away. Rasta man shouting out, I say, Bingy man, let the music play. Feeling irate. Yeah, man, it's really a happy song.
And I'd love for you to just to know your general opinion about the herb, because most Rastafarians, they relate with the herb, but I know you have a different. I know you don't smoke no herb, but I want to know you. That's why I said it. I want to know your general opinion about the herb. What do you have to say about it? Because I know.
Well, nowadays, to each his own. I had my time. Yeah. I remember I could not go on a stage without having a split or nothing like that. But
what changed? What changed?
I got to the point where I had enough.
Yeah. And it gets a point to that life where you just feel like you
keep your healthier, you look younger, keep younger, right, baby?
And maybe I know most guys are listening to this show. Maybe they are artists and all that. Let's talk about album. And I know you had one EP at some point. What happened to that EP? Because you always doing albums.
I made it a pledge to myself that I'm gonna put out an album every year, and we're going over 40.
Over 40. True that. And maybe you can just give. Sorry,
Just Children EP.
Just Children.
Just Children is an EP.
Yeah, man. What was that about the EP? Because you're always doing the album, but this one specific.
No. What reason why it was called the EP, because we have the song and then the version, and it wasn't enough songs on there to actually be an album. Because most of my albums have 14 songs. So with me and Jadi decided that we're gonna make an EP, put it out and promote it, and it turned out to be something really, really good. Songs like "There's No Limit to Your Love," "I Could Write You a Story." I think you have the song. You have them.
Yes, the DJ has all the music, but in the
Radio Citizen. Radio